Most people don't know that Afroman was literally asked by the judge to settle the case after all his claims was dismissed by him.
My claims have been dismissed. The judge and the other attorney want me to send over my offer to people who made a mistake, to people who vandalized my property, to people who stole my money, people who disconnected my cameras. They want me to make them an offer. I'm not making them an offer. They should be making me an offer. They made a mistake against me. They vandalized my property. They stole my $400. They disconnected my cameras. I'm not paying them for violating me.
And he shouldn't. And he didn't. And he actually won. But the judge, he couldn't be more pissed at Afroman winning.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Notice he did not say thank you to the jury because he was livid with the jury. He was upset that they came to the verdict that they did.
The jury did the work.
Now,
The jury did the work.
we actually have an excerpt from a juror actually has come forward to testify, basically not testify, but give her stance on what they were hung up on. So this is the Defense Diaries podcast, and they actually interviewed a juror. And this is what she said. The judge said after the case, I believe.
So once he said stuff to you, what did he say?
He come back and told us thanks, and he wanted to know what we got so hung up on. And one of the jurors told him it was the actual malice, and he wanted to know if he explained everything good enough. And we told him yes. And one of the jurors asked, do you think these songs and videos will stop now? And he said, look at him out there, his big ego, he's loving this and it'll never stop. Or he basically, we knew he didn't like him after that.
Wow.
So you're telling me that the judge was asking you also kind of what went wrong?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't. He should have never asked you guys what you got hung up on. I'm shocked.
All of that's
That just shows you that the judge was always against Afroman 100% from the beginning. Even at the beginning of the trial, he tried to bias.
And I'll ask that you send a message.
He tried to bias the jury against Afroman when he gave them the instructions. And what he said was right here.
Klingler's going to start calling witnesses, but I would tell you what this case is not. Okay? This case is not going to be an analysis of why the magistrate issued a search warrant, or what the facts were leading to the search warrant, or the backstory of the warrant. That's the subject for criminal cases. So the fact that there's a search warrant is what this case is about, not the backstory of it. So you hear people talk about the criticism of the why and the whole deal. That's not relevant testimony. We're living with, there was a search warrant, nothing backstory. This case is not about excessive force in entering. The court's already determined as a matter of law that it was not excessive. You'll see testimony of damage, but that's a legal standard about whether it's more than customary or expected in the realm of a search warrant. Search warrants are lawful forced entry. So you won't get, was that too much force? That's outside the realm of the testimony. And I call these the third thing. This is not about vindication of the defendant or messaging to the public. That's things that happen from the political branches of government, the legislature, or the executive offices. Messaging is not what you're concerned with. It's the message the jury's sending. You're not messaging. It's all about how these facts affect these people. So when these little distractions and diversions come at you, I'm going to try to continue to narrow and keep you focused, not on the distractions, but on the issues and the law. Otherwise, you're going to ask later on, why did the judge give us instructions on messaging? Because that's not how this comes out. So I'll do this periodically along the way when things start going astray.
All right. So that was him trying to bias the attorneys, the jury, not to focus on the warrant to search the property or them using excessive force. And people have been questioning, how can they do something to help report the judge? Well, here is your answer right here.
The Judgy app. That's the app that lets you judge the judges like they judge you. Y'all, this is Jonathan Hine in Ohio that presided over Afroman's defamation case that he won. Go to Judge-Y if you want to give your feedback on this judge, and please tag Afroman so he can judge this judge like the judge judged him.
Now, this judge has been problematic for a while. Like in Ohio, people know him. He has not the best reputation, and this guy is about to explain it.
Here comes the whole Afroman dream team coming back to court.
Freedom of speech. God bless America.
So it's no secret that I'm not a fan of Judge Jonathan Hine. I think he's a hack judge, and I'm not the only one. The Enquirer ran an article on all of the complaints against him.
Yeah, the Enquirer ran an article about basically him. One major one is he removed the death penalty of someone who deleted 8 people, and the family of the victims literally had to appeal his decision because the family and the prosecution wanted the death penalty for the person who took the lives of 8 people. He's not the most popular. And he clearly dislikes Afroman because despite Afroman winning the case, he still made Afroman pay his own legal fees. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.